Hello, beautiful people. I am Daisy, your hostess, and you are in my tarot playlist. And in this video, I am going to do a collective reading for all the zodiacs for the month of September. And this month, we actually are going to experience the fourth and final supermoon of the year 2023. And this is wonderful because when we take a look at the different cycles of the moon, the different phases of the moon, if we are connected with nature, it can serve as a marker to help us grow through this journey of life. Now, one of the things, just as if it were a gardener or a farmer, this time of the year here marks the beginning of what I would say preparing grains and fruits and vegetables for canning if you were a gardener or a farmer. And it is a time to celebrate the bounty of the summer while we do what? Prepare for that long, cold winter where the land begins to go dormant. And we think about that as we make that analogy for life. You know, this full moon is also a cue for us humans to reconnect with the rhythm of nature and to use this time as an opportunity to harvest all that we can, because this is called the harvest supermoon, the harvest moon. And right here, right before autumn sets in, we can move into the season of introspection and meditation. A perfect time to do what? To look at our relationships, to look at our past experiences and see how we have grown and how we have changed. Figuratively speaking, this is our time to harvest, to take stock of what we have learned and what lessons we might want to carry forward with us. So, let's get ready. Let's use this harvest moon to clear the deck, to declutter, to get rid of baggage, physical and emotional, and use this to change the things that we want to change and to release that which no longer serves us. So before we get started on the zodiacs here, I want you to go grab your journal and answer these questions for yourself. And if you can, be brutally honest with yourself, because the only one that can change anything in your life is you. So here we go. The first question, ask yourself, who was I a year ago? The next question, ask yourself, who am I now? Third question, what have I learned in the last 12 months? The next question, what do I need to release from my life with this full moon? And the final question, what do I want to carry forward with me? These questions will help you get started on that meditation and that introspection so that you can reap real good harvest. Also, I want to take a few minutes and thank a group of people that have been here with me from the beginning since I have started using social media to do my tarot readings. And they're on Patreon. They support me on Patreon. And if you're interested in being part of my Patreon community, come on over to patreon.com, Daisy Raisler. I currently hold one of the older Patreon accounts where memberships can come in as low as $1 a month. That's an option that you have if you'd like to start that low. And what I do to show my gratitude is twice a month I hold 2 live events where I will draw one card for you and I will interpret it. So if you can join and be a part of that, I'm delighted to have you. So again, from the bottom of my heart to all of you and in my Patreon community, thank you so very much. And, I love you very much, all of you. Thank you. Let's get started because it's a Libra season. If you're only interested in hearing your specific zodiac, please visit the description and click on the timestamp and it will take you right there. Let's give this deck a little whirl here and we'll shuffle forward. And our first card here is the Hermit in reverse. So Libra, be very careful because there's some things in the recent past that you have been going through. And most of it is because you're not going inside. You're not paying attention to those signs, to your intuition. And so you feel like you lack guidance. You may want to seek spiritual counsel, or on a different note, there might be an issue of legal matter that you need professional counseling. Let's look at your second card here now. Looking now at this second card here. It is the 8 of Swords in reverse. It's kind of confirming what this other card is saying. It's not just your intuition, but you might be self-sabotaging yourself. You might be criticizing yourself. You might be too hard on yourself. It's time for you to open yourself up to new perspectives, Libra. So as you do that, as you open up your mind to new ideas, you will regain the balance, the mental balance that you seek. Our third card here, the one that we're drawing, okay, we have the King of Cups. My dear Libra, this is just affirming that you need to get out of your head and into your heart. And as you do that, you are going to be able to gain some strength and to gain some newer perspective on things. Keep in mind that the moon is in Aries, so it is urging you on to fire yourself up and drive yourself forward with new direction and affirm the things that you want in your life. Okay, now drawing our last card from the Starcodes Astro for our collective Libra. This one is in reverse and it is the 9th house. The 9th house is urging you on to expand, to grow, to travel. So there might be some travel plans in the future for you and some opportunities to learn something new and to expand what you now know and what you now have. Libra, now don't be surprised if there will be some delays in any of your travel plans or in any of these classes or big meetings that you might have to attend. Now let's get ready to set up for our next zodiac, which is Scorpio. So let's activate this for the collective Scorpio and let's see what we have in store. Our first card here is the Page of Swords. With this page in reverse, it could indicate that recently you received some information or some news and it wasn't quite accurate. Not all the information was given to you. And so you were making decisions based on the information that was given to you, Scorpio. And for some people, you may have let them down. You may have, in their terms, not kept your word, not kept your promise. So don't beat yourself up about this. In the future, there will be an opportunity to set things straight. Whatever challenges have presented himself or quote-unquote drama, take it as a detour towards something better. Let's look at your second card here and see what this is revealing. Okay, now we have the Knight of Wands, and I like that he is actually facing towards this situation. The good news is that you are taking all this in stride because now you not only see things clear, but now you get to actually understand this situation and the people that were involved in this in a clear way. And you're ready to take this on. You're ready to charge forward with now a new plan, a new way, a new strategy. Our third card here is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So be aware that there may be some delays in some of the projects and some money that you were expecting to get or some work that you were counting on. Don't seek for everything to be perfect, okay? And don't beat yourself up that you didn't have all the knowledge when this situation happened. So be ready for the delays. Be ready for those setbacks. You got this. Let's take a look at your final collective message here for Scorpio. And again, this is from the Astro Codes Oracle deck. And here we have Neptune in reverse. A reminder that when you focus on your intuition, things go well. And don't worry about the past. And don't worry about the future. Those are areas you can't control. But if you focus on the present, the future will take care of itself. Neptune energy wants you to soak in the present moment. There is no separation between you and all the beautiful things that are happening here and now. Let's go ahead and set up for our next zodiac, which is Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and let's shuffle these cards and let's draw the first one. We have Temperance here. So Sagittarians, it is really time to be that peacemaker. You will be able to bring things together, to bring harmony. This beautiful energy is showing up to let you know that, you know what, there is a lot to be said when you can take different ideas and allow for new things to show up. Let's see what the second card reveals here. Okay, so with this Four of Cups, it seems that a period of introspection is over, and it could be that you've felt exhausted emotionally, and now that you've taken some time away, you are able now to step forward with a new perspective, emerging much stronger. Our third card here, the Seven of Cups, and it may be Sagittarius that there will be several opportunities being presented to you from possibly you considering some new health or diet plan, maybe a spiritual connection, maybe a relationship, could be a prize, could be winning more money, could be even moving a new home, and possibly even seduction and temptations. There are so many things presented and the timing could be right, But the difference here that you need to do is to see beyond the illusion. As you could see, this is floating on a cloud, meaning that it's important for you, Sagittarius, to look deeper into what is being offered. Not everything is what appears on surface. So check things out, check in with your higher self. You're coming out of this time of introspection. You have learned and have gained. So trust that your higher self will help you make that better choice of the things that are being presented. Another note, Sagittarius, stay focused in the here and now. Don't get sold into other people's dreams, and also don't get stuck in just your head. It is time now to take these ideas, look at these opportunities, and move into the action phase. Okay, so now let's see how this is going to play out with the next card. Drawing from the Starcodes Astro Oracle, here we have Sagittarius. Like, hello, Sagittarius for Sagittarius, it's all about expansion. So as these opportunities come in, go into your action phase, move out of the ideas, and put these things to play. It is for your highest good. All right, let's move on to our next zodiac, which is Capricorn. What awaits for you, Capricorn? Okay, so the card here is the Six of Cups. It appears that you are coming out of a stage of imbalance, and you are kind of ready to turn that new leaf, not only with yourself, with the love of yourself, as we see with the number 6, which represents unconditional love, but also with your family. You're making peace where you are in your relationship. And you're going to find, as these next few days come through, that you are willing to put more time into building the foundations around family, around home, because as it turns out, it's what really has been there for you. Let's look at the next card. All right, here we have the Emperor, and it's pulling in as a major arcana, which signifies that there will be something that's going to be coming into your life that is meant to happen. And it is time for you to use everything that you have learned. Capricorn, you need to believe that you already have everything within you, that you have the foundation that you need to move forward with this situation that is presenting itself. You have the resources, you have the knowledge, and you also have the experience. So as things show up, come in with that sense of firmness, the sense of peace, the sense that you have learned from the past and that you are now wise and powerful to deal with this situation with a strategic and organized approach. And you stick to your plan, you stick with that plan that you have in your mind until everything is manifested. You have the ability to create calm out of chaos. It's a gift that you have. All right, let's now see how all of this is going to play out for you with this next card. Okay, we have here the Eight of Cups, and it's interesting because we also have in the reading for you, Capricorn, the Six of Cups, and then we have the Emperor. So we have this family, we have this kind of a message that you are where you need to be, but then there's a part of you, which is so typical of our Capricorns, to be disillusioned with things because the expectations that you have in your mind doesn't meet with what's being played out in front of you. So here, it could be that there are some things that you feel dissatisfied about, you feel incomplete, you feel that you're not reaching the goals that you needed to be where you thought you'd be at this time in your life. So you find yourself here in a situation where you might feel like you need to go find yourself again. You need to find what makes you really happy. You need to realign your inner values with your ideal goals and work towards that. And understand that no matter what you have and those people around you, they're not going to make you happy. Happiness comes from a place within. You need to go out and search that. All right, Capricorn? Let's see what the closing message will be for you. Here we have Venus, and how perfect the message is, beloved. Here it is about you finding what makes you happy. And in that sense, Venus is talking about that personal relationship you have with yourself. Sure, you have your family. Yes, you feel like you've arrived at things, but there's still something inside that longs for expression, that longs also for healing. So the message here is right now, everyone else is just fine. Take care of yourself, and everything else will begin to feel like your cup is overflowing. Moving on to Aquarius. What do we have here for Aquarius? Look at this. We have the Nine of Cups. So even when it appears that you have everything you ever wanted and you dreamed of, there might be something missing in your life. There's this feeling that you have at this moment. And you know what? Success and happiness are two different things to different people. And you're being asked right now, Aquarius, to evaluate what does success looks like to you, and what do you think happiness means to you. Perhaps you're frustrated that you feel that you still have more to go, more to do, more to prove. And the universe is telling you, hey, let's take a look at what you do have. Let's celebrate what you've achieved. This is very important for this season, for this time, with this message that's coming to you. Keep everything in moderation, from food to entertainment to spending. It is time to kind of come back in for a little bit and use moderation as your mantra. Let's take a look at your second card. Okay, here we have the Hanged Man, and I'm not surprised that you're getting this, Aquarius, because the universe is saying, hey, you slow down, enjoy the season, enjoy these goals, celebrate what you've done so far. There's a moment for rest, but you want to keep pushing. The Hanged Man here is telling you, release, pause, and embrace new opportunities. But you might miss these opportunities because you're not taking a step back. You are in the arena. Sometimes when you sit on the bleachers, you can actually look at life as a spectator and see what you can improve, see the opportunities that are sitting at the table. But sometimes when you're too close, you miss these things. So let's listen to what the universe is telling you. Let's go ahead and hit that pause button and savor what is in front of you. Let's look at the next card. Okay, we are drawing now the World in reverse, and it is no coincidence that these two first cards are in alignment with this message here, Aquarius, because here with the Ten of Cups in reverse, it shows a dissatisfaction, more, you just can't get enough. And then with the Hanged Man, it's telling you to pause. So here the World in reverse, it's like you're looking for something. Is it something that is going to give you closure? Is it something that's going to mean that you've reached a goal, that you've accomplished something? Is it that you're trying to fit in? You want to fit in something. It could be in a community, it could be at work, it could be in a relationship, it could be that you want to just feel meaningful in the world, and you're not feeling it. So it's interesting that this is showing up, and it's important that you do find a sense of belonging. It's important that you visualize through journaling, maybe through visualization, through energy work, anything that's going to help you kind of, breathe into that you are perfect, the world is perfect, everything is. The story about the I am, and everything that you say after that really states your condition. So I am at peace, I am full, I am complete. Think about some of these things that are going to help you just visualize that, you do have everything. I mean, the fact that the world itself is showing up as a major arcana is showing that you are here. The things that are happening in your life are meant to be happening. Now it's up to you how you're going to react to those things. How are you going to project your inner feelings towards what you're seeing? And that's where you have control. Let's take a look at your last card. From the Starcode Astro Oracle, we have here Pallas Athena. And look, it actually says think. I feel like I just finished saying this, that you need to think your way into the vision of what you are, I am. And as you do that, you're going to be able to find that missing link. You're going to be able to really be satisfied with life. You will stop this yearning and this emptiness. And it's no coincidence here that Aquarius is an air sign, and Athena, representing the goddess of wisdom and intellect, and the intellect is of the mind, of the air. Use that energy of this beautiful message coming to you to embrace the wisdom, to know what to do next, and the wisdom to appreciate what you've achieved and where you are. Next zodiac, Pisces. Okay, I'm doing the activation here, and let's see what your first card will be. So we have here the Nine of Wands, and it seems for a collective group of Pisces, it seems that some of you have just overcome a major challenge or some adversity, something that has really taken the life out of you. I mean, like literally. I mean, you see this guy here, he's got a bandage over his head, and looks like he might have some bruises, and he's holding on to this stick like if he's been fighting something. And so while you feel that you've made some progress, but you've also could be that you have been left alone to deal with this situation. And the good thing here, seeing this message for you, is that eventually you're going to get the upper hand. Maybe right now you feel alone doing this, but you know what? If at first you don't succeed, guess what they say? Try again. And guess what? You try now with more experience and more knowledge. Let's see what the second card will reveal for you, Pisces. Okay, we have here the Queen of Swords is in reverse, and this could be related to this past incidents that you just experienced, because it possibly means that you've been putting your heart before your head. And usually the Queen of Swords is a very level-headed person, but something could be here that's been distorting your perception. Something is getting the best of you, and maybe you're being manipulated mentally by this other person or persons, and they're taking advantage of you. So Pisces, if we look at this earlier card, which shows here the wands, and you're kind of feeling isolated, the Queen of Swords in reverse is confirming this, that maybe right now you're feeling like you're the black sheep in the group, that you're the outcast, but now it's time for you to outsmart, outthink, and you can do that. You can really do that. So assert yourself, be confident, and you know what? It's cycles. Life is in cycles. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. The lesson here for you, Pisces, is to understand that with every time that we go down, we must take the lesson with us, so that when we go up, we celebrate the high. We celebrate the high, and knowing that it is a cycle, and if it's going to come down again, guess what? We have experiences, and we can manage those lower cycles. So don't worry if right now you're feeling outcast. Just sharpen your skills and get up again. Let's get up again. Let's see what our third card will reveal for you. All right, I'm revealing here for you the World in reverse, and this is a major arcana, and so you are exactly where you need to be. The thing is that there's still some loose ends to tie up, and we could see from these past experiences we have here. We saw that here with the wands. We saw that here with the Queen in reverse. There's still some things that need some fine-tuning before you can do your victory dance. So it's good to know that at least this is a reassuring message for you, letting you know that you're almost there. You're almost at the end of this goal that has been set for you. You're almost here at a place where you're going to level up. So stay the course. There's going to be a new beginning soon, but not now. Perhaps in a few months you might be traveling. Perhaps in a few months you might be moving. But right now something is still, what I would say, in the works, because there's still some fine-tuning to do, not only with these people that somehow you've been somewhat distant from, but also from your mind. You've been putting your heart first. Now it's time to balance things up, so that, as you could see here, this lady here in the wreath has a wand, and one in each hand, showing that there's mastery and also a balance. So be patient with yourself. Enjoy the journey. Let's see what your final message is. Okay, drawing from the Starcodes Astro Oracle, we have here the 12th house. And the 12th house is about that inner child, our most inner feelings. And it is about introspection for you, Pisces. Keep in mind that it is showing up in the reverse, so it's cautioning you to not get so involved with things that you forget you. You need that time for you to regroup yourself and to think things over, like the Queen of Swords was suggesting. All right, so let's go on to our next zodiac, which is for Aries. So here we have the King of Wands, and a couple things could be happening, Aries, for the collective, I would say, for a group of you. First, I would like to note that wands are associated with fire signs, and Aries is a fire sign. So having said that, this is pretty interesting how this is about to unveil itself for us. So there could be a couple issues. It could be something related with work and with the team or employees, or also how you are being perceived by the upper management. Now, if you are in charge of a team, there could be some issues with a little conflict, I would say, because there could be a need for leadership and not just management. And there are two different things, even though they seem to be positions that people think, well, if you're a manager, you're a leader, and that's not necessarily so. Some people are born leaders, and some people are taught leadership skills, and you might actually find that you could benefit from some leadership skills. You may be managing people, but in a sense that is not engaging the team itself. You know, they're probably looking for something more, or maybe for a collective group there could be some pressure from upper management because they're looking for something more in you and they're not seeing that. Just saying, this king in the reverse is bringing out this vibe that I'm picking up. But the truth is that you are going to need the team to support you in this. And by doing that, getting some extra skills. Maybe the issue is in communicating the vision of the upper management. So I'm just kind of putting it out there that, you know, being that the king did show up in reverse, I'm getting this vibe that if this is for this collective group, it might help. Or this could also apply to a home life, you know, where, you know, things are kind of falling to the wayside because the family unit, which is the first place where we learn a lot of our skills, there's some leadership guiding. The family's falling apart. The kids are going one way. The, you know, spouses are going this way. There is no vision for what are we supposed to look like as a family. So just throwing it out there. Let's see what else might reveal itself as we look at the next few cards. Okay. Let's see what we have here. We have the Five of Swords. And this is very interesting because, as you could see, there's a person here holding a sword in one hand, two over their shoulder in the other, and other swords are on the ground with people walking away. Clearly very representative of what was going on with that king being in the reverse. Maybe there was some type of argument or some type of falling out at work or a disagreement, or perhaps this is letting you know that there might be, and that there could be ways that we could avoid this ickiness, you know, in this situation, or this bad blood to be between, you know, anyone that you're working with, or in your family, or in an organization that you're working with. And clearly, Aries, if we could get ahead of the situation, it will be the best for all involved, because here there really aren't any winners when there's an argument, is there? So one of the things that we could do here is pay attention to any situation that may arise, whether it's at work or at home or in any organization that you're a part of, and pick your battles. Having that king in the reverse right from the beginning is a big omen as far as what you need to do and how you need to decide how you're going to score points in the future. So it's important for you to be willing to put your, your pride aside and just find out what can you do to make this a win-win for all, a win-win for you, a win-win for the other persons involved, a win-win for your organization. And as you do that, you're going to find a way that the conflict will, disappear, and you will regain the trust of those around you. Let's see what's going to be revealed here in this third card for you, Aries, as this information is flowing through. Hey, look at this, the Ace of Wands. And it's interesting because we started with the King of Wands in reverse. So here with the Ace, which represents number 1, it's this new beginning. So yes, you will overcome these conflicts. And yes, you'll be able to move forward with new vigor, with new plans, new ideas. So if you're working for a company, guess what? It's all going to work out. If this has to do with family life, it's going to work out. Or if this was with a business that you started, it's going to work out. Let's look at your final message here, as it will show up here. What? Sagittarius in reverse. Okay, so you know what? It just might mean that it might take a little while. Both of Sagittarius and Aries are both fire signs. And if you look here, it says this is about expansion. Just remember this was in reverse, so it might just be a little bit slow in getting the results you want. But you know what? Nonetheless, it's on its way. Be ready for expansion. Be ready for growth in all its good time. Okay, let's move on now to the next one, which is Taurus, our earth sign. So here, a little activation. The card to be drawn here is the Queen of Wands. It is in the reverse. I'm being torn here by two different messages. One has to do with power, like you're giving away your power by allowing other opinions to override yours. And kind of take a note of that if that is you. It is time to regain your power back. The other that I'm picking up has to do with intuition, spirituality, inner growth, your inner light. And so we see all these symbols here of a staff. We see the cat, and we see this bright color yellow. Independently, all these symbols have their own specific meanings. Like we see the black cat. It's the holder of secret information, secret knowledge. We see the staff of something that allows you to take command. It could wield magic or it can help you stand. The sunflower representing positive opportunities, good luck, a charm in itself. It could be an omen for maybe a new job, a new career, something that is going to expand and grow into something even greater. And then we also have a lot of yellow. I mean, she's dressed in yellow. Even the lions seem to be gilded in gold. But in itself, the yellow is associated with the sun, a symbol of optimism, a symbol of energy, happiness, and friendship. And it also stands for intellect. So there's a lot of this. What do we have here, Taurus? It's in the reverse. So this is something that you may be struggling with, that you need to bring to the forefront, is to work on your intuition, to really trust that inner guide that you have within you, to allow your light, your sunlight to shine through, and to understand that you can make your own luck. All right, let's see what else is going to be revealed for you, Taurus, as we draw our next card here. Okay, this is the Seven of Pentacles. And interesting because the staff that the Queen was holding in the reverse, we're also seeing here because this is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And this person is holding a staff while looking at what's before them. And it could be that you have put some effort into something, but because you didn't follow your intuition, things haven't been worked out properly. Maybe you've lost some money, made a bad investment, things are not working out the way that you wanted, and so things are somewhat a little bit scattered. And what do we do when things are scattered? It's time to gather everything up and prioritize what is the most important thing to do here. Where will you get the most out of your time? Where will you get the most out of your investment? Where will you get the most out of your money? So it's important that you seize the moment and prioritize your projects and also your time that you're going to spend with people, the quality time, quality conversations, quality relationships. All right, I'd like to see how this is going to play out with the next card here. What do we have? Okay, interesting. We have the Seven of Wands. The previous card was also the Seven. It was the Seven of Pentacles and it was reversed. So there's a theme here, Taurus, with the number 7. And if you're familiar with the hero's journey, the number 7 had to do with the inmost cave, where our hero had to approach this cave and make final preparations before taking that leap into that great unknown. So here, at the threshold of this cave, once again, the hero has to face the doubts, the fears, and everything that's inside, calling him on this adventure that he started as a nomad, as a number 1, looking for that courage. So now let's take a look. How does this reflect here with this person here standing with this staff in their hand with obstacles before them, taking that plunge? And that is what you're being asked to do, Taurus, to grab all the courage that you have despite all these things that you're dealing with, maybe financial issues, investments, business deals, work-related issues. And the most that I see here, because of the Queen of Wands in reverse, realizing that there's still a lot that you need to learn, a lot of growing to be done, a lot of old things to let go of. Taurus, if you're willing to drop your stubborn streak and admit that there's room for improvement, you're going to do fine. You're going to do just fine. Let's take a look at your final card here. Pulling our card from our Starcodes Astro Oracle, we have here the 10th house. It talks about authority. Isn't that interesting, Taurus? Remember how we started this reading here with the Queen of Wands in reverse, saying how you're giving away your power? And here, this card itself showed up in the reverse, reminding you again, be extra careful. Find that space, find your center, trust your intuition, and also believe in what you're saying to be true. Speak with conviction and confidence. Take back your power. Your opinion matters. Do not give it away, and you will see how you will restore your power. Okay, let's go to the next zodiac. Gemini is our next zodiac. And let's see what we have here. Look, the Two of Wands in reverse. And right from the beginning, we are seeing the person standing out, looking out into the horizon. The thing here, Gemini, this card is in reverse. So you may have had some plans that were delayed, whether it could have been travel or some business or something that you were hoping to have accomplished now, but obviously it fell through and it didn't happen the way you wanted it. Everything happens for a reason. That's the way I see it. Now, this may resonate for some of the Geminis or for others, but there is definitely a collective vibe that I'm picking up. And also, this could have been for some of the Geminis that you were reluctant to, try something. And you might have felt that you were, a small fish in a big pond. And now it's time for you to reconnect with your vision again. I mean, you could see that this person is holding the globe, and if it's upside down, guess what? You're dropping the ball. So it's interesting. Let's see what the next card will reveal, okay? Interesting. We have the Queen of Wands, and she showed up. So we do have this Sagittarius energy here for the season for some of you in the zodiac wheel, urging you to optimism, urging you to connect with your intuition, to trust your higher self. And we see here for you, Gemini, that no matter whether you believed that, hey, things didn't work out for me, don't get the self-defeatist attitude. Maybe you did drop the ball, but it's something that you can recover from. Don't worry what other people think. Embrace this energy that this Queen of Wands is offering you, and connect with this energy, this fire energy. Get passionate about what you want to do and just move forward with that. Lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. Let's take a look at some of the symbolism this queen is sharing with you. We have her in her hand, she has a staff, and in the other hand, she has a sunflower. So she has power to wield. And also with the sunflower, let's talk about the harvest moon, right? This is the moon that we're in. And it is about harvesting these innate powers. But at the same time, with the sunflower symbolizes good luck. It symbolizes loyalty, a long life, and vitality. So you're bringing this, and you have it. You have this as, you step into the season for yourself, and in this month with the new things that are going to be showing up, because there are good things for you, Gemini. There's good fortune. There's new opportunities. And those plans that you thought fell apart recently, guess what? It was for a reason, because now something better is going to show up in your life. All right, let's see what your third card has. Okay, we are drawing here the King of Pentacles, and wow, this is such a beautiful progression for you, Gemini, because here where you thought that something had just flopped on you with the Two of Wands in reverse, we still see the wand theme in the Queen, where she recovers. And again, this is not a male or female thing. This is a collective energy for us in general, for you especially, Gemini. And then we see where this is going to take you as you recover and you gain your inner power and you exude that, you demonstrate it. Clearly, Gemini, this is going to be such a great turnaround for you. It's going to be a bounty, success, abundance. You're going to be able to gather your resources. You're going to be able to turn things around, and you're going to actually see the fruits of this, the effort that you put into it. So kudos for you for reaching this milestone, for attaining your goals, and enjoy your harvest. Let's look at your fourth and final card here. What do we have? And I'm using the Starcodes Astro Oracle cards. So we have here Ceres, and it says your nurture. Keep in mind that it is in the reverse. And a couple things also to notice here. How random, right? We have flowers here. And earlier we had the Queen of Wands, and she was holding a sunflower. So we have this yellow theme here, this flower theme, reminding you, Gemini, that there is good fortune, good luck coming your way. And another random thing that this card is showing here, since we have the harvest moon right now, Ceres was the Roman goddess of the harvest, of food and fertility. And also Ceres is one of the planets that we have it's actually a dwarf planet. I'll put some information here, a link from solarsystem.nasa.gov, so you could learn about this interesting little dwarf planet that we have, which apparently has water. Okay, so beautiful message for you at the end of the day, Gemini. A reminder that if you do have setbacks, see them as blessings and nurture what is working in your life so that you can have a bountiful harvest. All right, let's move on to our next zodiac. Okay, we're activating here for Cancer. Look at that. We have the Page of Wands. It appears that for the collective Cancer, there will be an opportunity or opportunities that will help you broaden your plans, broaden your reach, broaden your, what I would say, your realm. And it could be on a physical or it could be on a material. The thing is that there is an opportunity here presenting to you to embark on this journey, and you're ready for this. Everything that you have done up to now has been leading you on this particular path. Now let's interpret our second card here. It's the Nine of Cups. This already showed up earlier for one of our other zodiac babies here. And with this cup in reverse for you, Cancer, and we see here one thing, a common theme for you, which is cups, which has to do with emotions. No coincidence here, because Cancer, being the fourth zodiac sign, is not only highly intuitive, but guess what? Also very emotional and sometimes borderline insecure with so much sensitivity. I'm not surprised that the Nine of Cups showed up, reminding you, hey, whatever's going to show up that's going to be beneficial to you, these things that are being presented to you, and the intuition that you're getting to follow your dreams, to pursue these goals, make sure that you do it for you. You need to stop worrying about other people. You need to pursue your dreams. You need to manifest what is showing up in your life. And you need to stop worrying about what other people are thinking, and also about the happiness of other people. Focus for once, Cancer, on your happiness. Okay, let's get to the next and third card here, which is the Knight of Swords. And this knight is upside down. So a few things could be here, Cancer. One, that perhaps you have to be very careful. This new thing that's going to show up in your life, whether it's for traveling, whether it's business, whether it's a partnership, whatever this is thing that's going to show up, first of all, make sure that you don't sabotage it. This came to you, and you need to, own it, take it, run with it. The thing is that you need to also, in a way, be meticulous. Don't rush forward, because that's where another big mistake can happen. You're just running in because you get so excited with the idea, and you're just like, oh, this is new, this is great, and boom. No research, no planning, no foundations. That's not the way to do it. You just don't just jump into the battle. You go ahead and you scope out the territory. You do a little research, you plan ahead. And that's just what I'm seeing here. So be very careful with what you're going to do with what's going to show up. Let's look at what the Starcodes or Astro Oracle will reveal for you, Cancer. Okay, this is interesting. We have progressions, which is reflecting of journey, and it's in reverse. And what I find interesting, Cancer, is that when we look at this reading where it started, we saw a person with a staff looking outward, looking at what's before, looking at the possibilities, if you like look at the staff again, you'll see the little blooms coming out, like something wants to happen. And then we move forward, we see this thing with the cups. You know, the cups are upside down, they're spilling. You're like, ah, well, what do I do with this? And then you see again, now we go from walking to being on a mounted horse, but that horse is upside down, so you're not going anywhere fast, right? So here, this journey is like a slow journey. And when we look at this as what this oracle cards, the Starcodes Astro Oracle refers to planets, and here it's this progression of movement. You know, that's what we're seeing here. And it's about your particular journey. What is it that you see happening in your life? And this is the challenge for you, that there may be obstacles, but don't stop because of the obstacle. Observe what's there and use it as a part of that journey. Take what's good from these experiences and move forward. So don't get so defeated if things are not happening as fast as you want, or maybe they're not manifesting the way you want. You are part of a collective group, and all of it has to work beautifully, not just for yourself, even though you are very caring and that you care about others. But that's the point, that your happiness has to be included in it. And don't worry about everything else. Just right now, enjoy this journey and let it unfold for you. All right? Okay, let's go to the next zodiac, which is Leo. Okay, Leo, we have the King of Cups. He is showing up in reverse. So I'm feeling for you, Leo, because this magnetic energy of you, this fire that you have, something is holding you back. You are repressing your feelings. You're holding back your emotions from the outside world because of something that has possibly happened. So there's something that you feel that's just bottling up, and you're beating yourself up over the small things. And it's not like you. And it's important that you, as you move forward, not to allow your emotions to predict your future, especially if these are emotions that are debilitating, emotions of fear, emotions of doubt, emotions of just sadness and depression. You cannot let them overtake you. You need to command your body to manage these feelings and bring your mind into balance. So let's see what else is going to show up. Let me look at your next card, Leo. Okay, let's see what we have. Interesting. This is the King of Pentacles. Now we have two pentacles, and guess what, Leo? These two are in reverse. And now I could see why this King of Cups is upside down. And be very careful with what's showing up now in your life, because the King of Pentacles is saying that maybe some of the decisions that you have made in the recent past, or there are some things that will be happening, manifesting based on the decisions that you will be making in the current here and now. And it is time for you to draw upon self-discipline and control so that you can save for your future while still enjoying the present amenities and the present things of fruits of your labor. Another vibe that I'm picking up for the collective Leo is that, as we can see, that the King represents a sense of maturity, and so we have this King in the reverse, and it could mean that in the area of money and material things, you are still trying to chase the Joneses and the Smith. You're looking at social status, and it's time to have that introspection and to really look at what really matters and what is really important, because not everything that shines is gold. Let's jump into the third card and see what I can interpret for you. And we have here the Five of Wands. It's important for us to take a look and consider these two cards that came before of it, which was the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So we're talking about feelings and also finance, the material gains. And so here now, when we see this, the Five of Wands, we see like there's tension, there's a buildup. And where is this buildup taking you? It appears, Leo, that currently you feel emotionally and physically unable to figure out how to take that next step. Now, if we do take a look at this card on face value, we've got people here, and the number 5 normally indicates change, and how do you seize that opportunity? How do you seize the opportunity to bring people in your circle that can provide diversity, that can provide information, that can provide resources that not only just for yourself, but to bring the change that you need, not only for yourself, but also to benefit others. And that might be the challenge that you will need to kind of get through this situation, to develop a strategy and purpose that you can implement and get behind. I want to see your last message. Oh, wow. Okay. So, Leo, this is opposition. And it says here confrontation. Keep in mind that this card originally showed up in the reverse, which is something that you're trying to avoid. You're trying to avoid any opposition. You're trying to avoid any confrontation. But the question is, with what? There is no coincidence here, since that last card was the Five of Wands. 5 usually denotes change. So it's suggesting that you are fighting change. Something is happening for our collective Leos that is forcing them to change, whether it's physically change, mentally change, emotionally change. Something is happening in your life urging you to be open to this change, because that is what's coming. When we think of opposition as with celestial bodies, such as, let's say, the sun and the moon, when it's on those full moon seasons, and we have this aspect as they're pulling to and from or across each other from the earth, it's almost like a wrestling match. And this energy is encouraging everything to grow. And I invite you, Leos, to take this as a challenge. Whatever is happening in your life, whatever is showing up where you feel uncomfortable, use this as an opportunity to you come in with this cosmic energy and unite. Practice your best skills, stay centered, and operate from a place of wisdom and strategy instead of that emotional heat that we see with the King of Cups. Remember, it's the King of Cups. That means that there is maturity in understanding the emotions. Now it's really not losing control of that and demonstrating that you have grown to that aspect. And it's not like you don't know how to make money or how to deal with investments, because you have done in the past. It's discovering new ways and get through that. So I challenge you that whatever situation is showing up, use this as an opportunity to grow, not as a form of punishment. Decide today that you're going to exercise all your skills and grow through this. All right, let's hit up our next sign and the last one for this reading here, Virgo. Our first card to interpret for you is the Ace of Wands, and it is in reverse. It's interesting because this is suggesting that possibly there was something that was started, or a project or a business. Something was like in the works, but for some unknown reason, there's a struggle to get it off the ground. And if it's not, it's something that may be appearing that it's going to take a while, and there's just going to be so many delays that it's somewhat frustrating. And of course, there is reason to be frustrated with this. The important thing is to be patient with yourself, patient with the process, patient with others as well. You know, the key message here to take from this, as this harvesting moon is affecting all of us, when it comes to timing, if it's not now, the timing will be later, because timing is essential for success. Timing is essential for things to coalesce in its proper order. So be patient and wait for the best opportunity, and you will know exactly when to take that next step. Let's evolve to the next card here. It's the Devil in reverse. Don't be startled with this image, my dear Virgo. You know, some people see this and they're so afraid. The thing is that the fear that you have is the potential of what's hidden inside of you, the shadow inside of us. And none of us are free from it. Temptation is all abounding. It is the strength to overcome the temptations that is the power that we have, and how important it is to recognize our own weaknesses. You know, the worst thing is to keep making mistakes, to be afraid, to think that you're perfect when in fact there's so much room for improvement. So I'm getting a couple messages, Virgos, here, and I'm thinking about that first card that we had with the wand in reverse. Now, coincidentally, if you look at this devil in his upside down stage, he is holding a wand in his hand. It's almost like there's this idea, something wants to take light, but you see how we have these chained individuals. They're tied to something, and it could be their own ego. Now let's keep in mind, whether it's reversed or right side up, these individuals in this imagery here, their hands are free to release themselves from those chains, from the shackles. So there's an illusion, Virgo, that you think you can't come up with good ideas, that you are not enough, that you're not worthy, that you can't get this done. It's time to understand that while there may be a lot of things you can't control, how you think is the most empowering thing you can control. Yeah, inside here, Virgo, you could see that there's this flame, a potential for something to shine through the negative patterns, shine through the fear, shine through the lack. One thing here is to be careful not to get sucked into what would I say, our ego selves, not to get sucked into any dependency on crutches and things like that, but to let go and release ourselves from our, I would say, primitive and negative thinking. Let's see now how this is going to evolve with our next card, and see how this is going to flow for you, Virgo. And I'm pulling here the Queen of Swords, as she already showed up here in this reading for this harvest moon. So I'm glad that you have it in relationship to the situation that you're going to be experiencing. And it looks like recently this started much earlier, so it's overflowing. But what's beautiful about the Queen here and the message she's bringing to you, Virgo, as grounded as you are, this is saying, hey, you are pretty smart. You know how to look at things, and you know how to bring what is truth of what is in front of you. Some might call that a gift, but your ability just to discern things is definitely a wonderful skill to possess. So two things also I'm getting, and when we go back to that middle card here, the devil, also I wanted to mention about a relationship. If you are in an oppressive relationship, it's time for you to see past that illusion. And here, this Queen of Swords is all about cutting to the truth, seeking the truth, and also establishing boundaries for yourself. So whatever it is that you are going through, and whatever is going to be showing up from this point on, associate with the highest part of yourself and always seek the truth. Don't be worried what others might think. The good thing is that Virgo energy is so grounded, so earthy, that it's almost impossible for you to come across as arrogant. Okay, I'd like to look at your last card here and see what I can interpret for you. Oh, okay, so we have here Chiron, and it is in the reverse. Chiron is interesting because it was discovered in 1977. I'll leave a link or so in the description so you can get more information. But it was interesting because it was too large to be an asteroid and yet too small to be a planet. Seems that after much observation, they discovered a comma, and so it displayed a cometary body, so it was classified as a comet or a minor planet. Either way, the link will be there for your interest if you want to look up more information. But now, also going to mythology, Chiron was known as the wounded healer, and when it's showing up here, especially in this reading for you, Virgo, it seems that it's urging you to heal some old wounds. And we could see this here by looking at the upside down wand. We could see that here with the devil, that there's a lot of shadow work that needs to happen before new ideas can actually take seed. And when those new ideas take seed, there will be new ways of seeing the world. And that is very healthy work for you to do. And I would encourage you to use this harvest, because right now you're harvesting, and what you see in front of you are old ways of thinking. And isn't it wonderful to know that you can change your future by the way you think today? And that's the beauty of it. Even like Chiron, upon initial observation, it was an asteroid, but now it's more defined as a comet. So as you yourself get to know yourself more, which there's so much more to you, and what a wonderful thing to invest in yourself, to get to know yourself. And as you do that, you will heal, you will grow, you will bloom, and your future harvest will be of better quality. All right, my dear one, let's go ahead now, and I'm going to draw one last final card for all of us here. I will be drawing from Raise Your Vibration Oracle. As I finish this activation, I'm going to wish you all a beautiful, beautiful harvest moon. Here we have, what a better card, right? Truth is my teacher. Let's take every experience that we have. Let's ask for the truth. Let's live in the truth. And let's use the wisdom from it as a teacher, so that we can do better in the future. Be blessed. And I'll catch you at the next video here on my channel, wherever that may be.